So my research article is named hashtag We the North, examining an online brand community through a professional sport organization's hashtag marketing campaign. Basically, researchers dive deep into the use of hashtags and the people that use them, the community, and what people's interests are. Basically, trying to find all this information through the use of a hashtag. So, with the introduction, the issue surrounding this was over the last 10 or 15 years, there's been an evolution of social media, and this allowed sports organizations and other businesses to gain knowledge in the industry of social media. But as it grows, the main issue is there's so much tweets and information out there that it's difficult to sort through the clutter and finding out what's relevant and irrelevant. So there's a lot of noise and traffic out there, so it's hard to depict what's useful and what's not useful. So the challenges are for sports organizations in their marketing campaign is their brand perception and then operational challenges through that. So the importance for sports organizations is to kind of being able to engage fans and develop a digital brand community. So basically, what do the fans want? How can they give that information to them? And then how can they build upon that to gain useful information back from the fans? So if we dive deeper into what is a hashtag, it's the anchor of a social conversation. So there's many uses for this. It's basically can be the main thing to research when you're looking for a particular article or topic to find. That's kind of the first place you can start looking for. So sports organizations can use hashtags for their brand, obviously, if you want to search information on them or anything to do with their brand. Activating business partnerships, so sports organizations partner with other businesses for commercials or ads or promoting their own products or services. And then can they increase their fan identification? So an example here is for the New York Yankees is Pinstripe Pride. So if you were to look for a New York Yankee fan, you could hashtag that, and that's how they would identify themselves on social media. So for the hashtags, there's little information known about these fans and who uses them. So types of fan. So what are the types of fans, and how are they using them? So that's basically what they're trying to find out in this article. So the purpose of this study was to examine the online brand community of a professional sports organization formed via a hashtag marketing campaign to highlight what the types of communication networks that are formed and the types of segments derived from the hashtag. So previous literature that's been studied around this, one of the main ones that I found useful in this article is what types of community networks online there are already within different groups. So the 6 types are a tight crowd, which is highly interconnected, it promotes knowledge sharing, and there's high interaction amongst users. So basically the tightest, most closest communities would be the first one. The second one would be a polarized cluster. So these are a few large groups that make up the main section of the community, but there's not much connection between them. The third network would be a brand cluster. So it would be low in density, and users rarely engage with each other or promote knowledge between them. The fourth network would be the community cluster. An emergence of small groups of interconnected users. They're pretty sporadic, and there's fragmented conversations. So they're working along to a tight crowd, but they're just quite not there yet. The fifth and sixth ones are more for promoting information and services. A broadcast would be used to connect small number of actors for information, such as journalists or news media, or basically media. And then a support network would be kind of customer service of a business or a corporation, basically. So how they conducted this study, the method was, the case study that they used was the Toronto Raptors hashtag, which is We the North. So basically they chose this hashtag because there was a lot of information from this hashtag, and it's been used over a number of years for identifying the Toronto Raptors. The platform they used was Twitter because it's a short form communication platform, unlike what Facebook is and Instagram. And it's possible to extract lots of information and data from these tweets. So they took the hashtag We the North from January 2016 to December 2017, so 24 months, and they collected every tweet that had the hashtag in it. And then they used Blue Node, which is a social media analyst platform, to analyze all the tweets from that time period. So the parameters, or the things that they were looking for to find through these tweets were 5 things. They were looking for the number of tweets per month, so when it was popular, when it wasn't. Edges, which is the number of directed relationships in the hashtag network. Average edges, which is the average number of interactions per user. Density, and the network type of each month. So the results during the season, which starts in October and then continues on to June or to May. That's when the highest peak of tweets were each season. So as you get, I think they made a run at the national championship or the finals that year, and as they were going along, the tweets definitely peaked up. And then as they went out of season, that's when the tweets drop and are low until the season starts to ramp up again. So out of 22 out of 24 months, they were a tight crowd network type. As for the second research question, the segments, groups played an important role in facilitating the empowerment of other subgroups. So Raptors fans people that identify as Raptors fans has also facilitated development of other subgroups. Not surprisingly, if you're a Raptors fan, you're obviously an NBA fan or a basketball fan, and they would engage in sub-communities on Twitter using that tweet. But the article found interesting was pop fans and hip hop fan sub-communities were also developed from being a Raptors fan. So if you're a Raptors fan, you could also be a pop fan or a hip hop fan amongst them. So this provided evidence of how allegiant and passive fans interacted with one another, and it created value for the brand community. So to conclude, hashtag We the North has enabled a communication network that is a tight-knit and is made up of sub-communities that are not just Raptor fans and basketball fans. These subgroups are looking to advance their own interests in a particular manner by associating with We the North. So things like being a pop, if you're a pop fan or a hip hop fan, connecting with Toronto, connecting with interests with Toronto's fans or basketball fans could also promote ways in your hip hop or your pop music, and vice versa. The Raptors can use their services connected with their hip hop and their pop music to gain more interest for the Toronto Raptors. And here are my references. Thanks.